Welcome to Spark Learning session. Today, we're learning about a consulting project. This is regarding a clustering data science method or machine learning method. And the project in case here is about a large technology firm that has been hacked by a group of hackers. And the technology company has called upon us to understand how many people hacked, whether it's two people or three people. They know for sure that at least two people hacked based upon data they have collected, but they want to confirm that it's actually two people, not three people. They have collected some really good data regarding the hack, such as session connection, byte transfer, carry trace use, service corrupted, page corrupted, location, and words per minute typing speed. And they also inform us that probably location is useless because they have used VPN. Now they also told us that the main thing they told us that usually number of attacks should be equal between the number of hackers. That is, if there are two hackers, then the total hacks will be equally divided by between them. And there are three hackers, then the attacks will be divided among three of those people equally. This is really good information. Now let's begin. Can you tell me how should we get started? What's the first thing we should do? The first thing we should do is to import the necessary models for our project. Now, let's import them. Let me just start typing here that PySpark.sql SQL import session. This is the first thing we need to import here for our model. And second, what we need to import is from PySpark.ml.clustering. Import key means. Now we'll import a key means for our project. Similarly, we need to import some, we need to build some features for our data set so that that can be used in our machine learning algorithm. And for that, we need to import a module that does exactly that, build some features. It's called vector assembler. And also we need to standardize the features. So we'll also import a standard scaler. Now thirdly, we need to import, we need to evaluate our algorithm or whatever the project we are doing. Once we train the data, train the model, we need to evaluate that, and we also need to import evaluator. For this, we'll do from PySpark.ml.evaluation import cluster evaluator. This is what we do. We imported the necessary models for our project, and we'll just run this. There's spelling error, so that's why it is complaining here. And we'll run again, and let's see what it does. It works. Now, once we are done, can you tell me what we should do next? Now, let me tell you. Now, what we need to do is we need to create or start by creating a Spark session for our project. So let's get started. Let's create a Spark session because each Spark starts with Spark session. Therefore, let's start a Spark session such that it is a, we need to assign an app name to that as well. and we'll assign an app name, and the app name will be hackers. Let's put this hacker, and let's add one here, get to create. So this is a session we created. Now next step is to load the data to this Spark session. Dataset, we need to assign give a name of the variable to dataset, where we will load that data to. That's why let's say it's a dataset for now. It's a good name, dataset. Spark dot. Now we need to read some data from the file that's been provided to us by a technology company. That's going to be CSV. And the name of the file is hack underscore data .csv. Now let's run this and see if we get some, if it runs properly. It is reading the data. Now we are done with that. Can you tell me what are three things we need to do once we load data? We need to, first thing we need to do is, let me tell you, first thing we need to do is we need to read the schema. Second thing is we need to describe or summarize the data using summary statistics. There's the describe method, and then we need to look at the first few rows of the table. Now let's do that. First thing we need to do is we need to look at the schema of the data that has been provided to us. That's called print schema. There are around 6 to 7 rows, columns here in this data set. Now, second thing we need to do is we need to understand the describe the data or generate summary statistics of the data. How do we do that? Let me show you how to do it. Dataset dot describe. We need to show that now we have shown the summary statistics that we generated out of data. There are statistics are count, mean, standard deviation, mean, and max for each of the numeric columns of data, or also non-numeric columns. Then what we have is once we are done with this, the last thing we need to do is we need to look at the first few rows of data. Data set dot head. These are first few rows of data, and there seems to be like a 7 columns there, and it's nothing unusual I can see. So let's quickly summarize what we learned today. We learned about a consulting project for clustering, that is to solve a problem for a large technology firm that has been hacked. And goal is to confirm whether it's a 2 hacker or 3 hackers based on the data they provided to us. We started with the data collection. We imported a module, we imported data, and we profiled data. So that's all for today. I'll see you next learning session. Thank you so much.